Hi everyone and welcome back to a little bit of Path of Exile. So, I have upgraded my character to a very good point. And yeah, I quickly want to talk about it, right? So we did hit level 98, which is great. It's honestly really good. And yeah, as you can see, we have like 40,000 armor without flasks up. 60k with it, which is nice, really cool. Which brings me to the upgrades I've done, right? So I have upgraded my flasks. These are all item level 85 flasks rolled with increased effect, and then the modifier I wanted. We have increased movement speed on the movement speed flask, right? We have increased crit on the crit flask, increased armor on both the armor and the phasing flask as well, right? So actually, that means, oh, whoops, I did press the wrong button there. Yeah, 62k armor, and that is without Molten Shell, which can also proc, right? So that was a needed upgrade, right? I also got a new life flask. I dropped one with 23% quality, so I rolled this for just instant and bleed removal, which is nice. Bought myself a new wand. This cost me like 9 divines. The only thing I have added is the harvest enchant to increase the crit chance per quality, right? So that went well. I switched over to a Yoke of Suffering to get more damage as well. This is great. We have our chess piece here. Implicits are 5% chance to block attack damage and increase effect of non-curse auras. That worked out fairly nicely for me. On the helmet, I have fist damage taken as cold. I probably should get the bigger modifier there. Yeah, that's still a lesser one from the Eater of Worlds, so we could make ourselves even more tanky. And we have Ellie Weakness Curse effect, because yes, I am still running an Arcanist brand with Flame Wall, but also Elemental Weakness. Why Ellie Weakness? I'm still on my Anger setup, and I will stay on there, because I rolled the Fire Exposure on hit here, right, on my gloves, and that works very nicely. Getting the second Anoint on here as well was an incredible increase to my damage as well. It's realistically like probably the biggest jump I took before I upgraded my wand, so that was amazing, right? We do have the ring with the dex one here, right, which is really good, and life, so that's not bad. Also some accuracy rating. This is a ring that I could upgrade, right? I dropped an amethyst ring that I crafted. This one had some memory strands on it. I was able to get a tier 1 chaos res roll, increased blessed up the implicit to max, right? So I mean, look at this, right? This is already what, 57% chaos res, so that's incredible, right? We also managed to get 50 strength, some rarity, and I have crafted +1 to minimum endurance charges and allocated the +1 to maximum endurance charges, right? So that also gave me 7% increased armor due to the Light of Meaning, which we did buy in the last episode, if I remember correctly, the last video. And so we are making use of that. I added in a small cluster here. This is a crit cluster rolled for basics of pain, and that just enabled me to get crit capped once my flask is up, right? And that's really good. Worked out fairly nicely. So I'm very happy with this, right? We have the Owl Bloodline, and yeah, all in all, like, I've invested a lot into the build, but I'm happy I did, right? It worked out extremely well. Now, I was running... Oh, hello. I was running... Yeah. Whew, cool. I was running the Strongbox strat, right? And yeah, as you can see, I'm sitting on a decent amount of currency right now. Fairly happy with that. I have now switched over to a little bit of an Alva and Beyond strat test that I'm just running. I'm not sure how good this is, but this is the tree I'm using. I'm also putting on Nico, so I can delve. I have been delving a little bit, got myself a decent amount of profit out of that, not only from the fossils, but also from the 4 socket resonators, right? And that is just something I do with Faustus directly, right? The currency exchange in here. If you take a look at the resonators, these ones go for like, yeah, upwards of 200 chaos a pop, which is very nice indeed. So yeah, that is the current state of the build. Let's show it off, I guess. Let's take Cemetery, that's fine. I have a Beyond Scarab, an Incursion Scarab, an Incursion of Invasion, which is just additional packs in the Incursion, and then we have the Incursion Scarab of Champions, so at least magic mobs and some pack size in there. And then I am running Nico. I probably shouldn't. I probably should run another Scarab here. For now it's fine though, right? And then we just go into the map, do the incursions, try to build a temple that has both of the corruption rooms, or at least one of them, that is connected to the apex, right? And yeah, just trying to spawn as many mobs as we can. Frame rate is probably going to absolutely suffer during this while recording, but that's the price we pay, right? There we go. That is honestly just how it goes. It's fine though, look. You can now plop down 7 of these guys, and yeah, I mean, the damage is a-okay. It is somewhat above 10 mil, but I'm not quite sure how much. But that's okay, right? I don't really care about the number 2 too much once it reaches 10 mil. Like, that is so incredibly comfortable to run. And then there we go. We take a look at our temple. Let's see. So you can hover over these, right, to see what they will do. This adds traps throughout the temple. This is fire damage throughout the temple. So nothing really good, but probably should open up the bottom left one here if we can. So let's get into this. We do have a lot of time in this portal, and yeah, you can see here good amount of magic mobs, right? And then we hope to proc Beyond as well. Now we could probably choose this up even more with different scarabs, right? And that is something that I would like to test out a little bit more. But like, this is already like pretty decent. What did we say? Packet hole, yes, that's it. Let's open that connection up. And there we go, there's more map. More of the magic packs in here. Then we spawn a little bit of Beyond. And you're basically done with this. Now the loot out here is sometimes... it looks bad, right? Remember though, my loot filter is incredibly strict, so there is dropping a lot of stuff. We also added in the smugglers caches, because sometimes you get the new, you get these caches inside the Mirage, and they can drop special contracts and blueprints. So that's pretty cool. And I'm still running red altars alongside all of this, right? Which also spawns more monsters, which then also have the chance to spawn more Beyond. Would you look at that? We do have a special guest. Thank you. Next incursion, right? So Gem Cutter's Workshop is just chests full of gems and heals the monsters. So we probably take the gems, and what could we do? We could open up the connection to the apex, right? On the top left. Let's do that.
Time to go.
And honestly, building the temples, just most of the time I just try and hit something that I think makes sense, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't, right? That's absolutely fine, right? I don't care too much. Like, we build a temple within 3 maps, right? Because we get 4 incursions per map. And that way we can really build a lot of temples, and if some of those aren't good, well, so be it, right? We just go again. So yeah, got some tainted currency there, which can be decent, right? A little bit of gold, a lot of gold actually, which is good. Let's quickly bring up the map. Yep, we need to run down here for more Alvas. Holy smokes, the connection really is a bit rough at the moment, which is, it's fine, it happens. Well, not the connection, sorry, the just the frame rate. So here we go. Look, we can change to Corruption Chamber. Very good. That is something we want. and probably connecting it to the Crucible of Flame. That makes sense, right? So we can go left side and all the way up. That sounds really good. So this is where we want to open up the connection, and this is the architect we want to kill. So we will just go up, and then we go around and down, and just try and build your temple that way, right? It's not that difficult to land on something that makes sense. We got a Stone of Passage, so we will grab this and run down. Make sure we kill the magic packs as we see them. Crucible of Flame, that was the connection we wanted to open. There we go. And we got... no... there we go. Killed all the monsters.
Good job.
Fine by me, right? Hey look, we got a Beyond Scarab. Awesome. There we go. You can see we do have one more incursion somewhere on this map, and so wow, no, I'm lagging now. I thought it was only the frame rate, but sometimes lag is coming in as well. So now again we go. Nothing of this is really important for us, but like we could try and add in this connection down here. The bottom right is where we want to open up. So let's start top left in the hopes that we will get a Stone of Passage until we... oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Once we arrive at where we want to open up the connection, right? Go. Connect this to the Crucible of Flame, and even a second one so we can open up the gem cutters as well. Cool. Here we go, we have the magic packs. And yeah, there's definitely another scarab. I just can't think of the name of it, but hey look, 3 hidden compartment scarabs. That's nice. And so now we can also go and take a look at the Mirage. What do we get here? We get some rarity. I think we go for this one then. We don't really need the gold. Sure, we could go for it, but like, it's fine. It's... oh, ow, I just took a hit. And one thing is this, right? The beginning, I'm so glad I'm running an Aegis setup, because like this can be really rough. You spawn in and you, as soon as you move, right, a lot of enemies are attacking you, and it can be quite difficult before you're set up correctly. We take the Void Scepter with us, we will check that in a little bit. Go, got some Beyond spawns now as well. Cool. Jump up here. Mirage complete. Thank you very much. And just, as I said, pretty chill style of just mapping. Oh hey, look. Let's get all our 7 ballistas up. There we go. Chaos, some tainted currency as well. Ooh, that was a tainted mythic orb, was it? Jewelers? Bro? Yeah, tainted mythic. Very cool. And there we go. With that, map is pretty much completed, right? So we could... it's 35 monsters remain. I'm not going to worry about that. But yeah, that is what I am currently running. As I said, I need to refine this strategy to make more out of it. I do like how it's looking right now, though. This is just a tier 7 increased spell damage roll on there, so nope, absolutely not. Yeah, character is upgraded. Now, it's honestly, it is at a point where I don't think I need to upgrade it further, which is good, which means I can just save up some currency and decide later on I can come back and upgrade it even more, or I can re-roll into something, or I can level a new character, right? I have the options open now, which is really great. Really quickly about the Atlas, what I have done is I've completed all the Nightmare maps. I almost said tier 17s, but they are tier 16 now, right? So the Nightmare maps, and I've done basically everything. All the invites are done, and there isn't much missing. Like the Uber stuff, the Uber bosses, yes, that's definitely missing. But other than that, well, I've done Uber Elder. Yes, I've done that. I've done most of the unique maps. We sat together we sat together in our guild, like 3 of us, and just shared all the unique maps we had to push everybody up, right? And that allowed all 3 of us to get to the 10 out of 10 bonus completion points you get for 10 of the unique maps, right? And we did more than that, obviously, but like, I even did a Wingtar Square. I managed to drop all of the Agnerod staffs, sold that to the vendor to get a Wingtar Square, and I shared those with the boys. And I did get a reward out of it, which is the Vessel of Wingtar. Now, this is definitely a flask that I will take with me for bossing. That is just enjoyable. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, Kinetic Fusillade, the one I have, is supported by level 1 Fire Pen. That is actually very decent for me, and that's also the reason why I don't want to switch out of the fire damage that I'm dealing, right? So that's also a reason to stay on the Anger setup. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And as always, take care. Bye.